So now we are on YouTube too. Hello, people from YouTube. My name is Gabriele, and today I got the immersion here, and we are going to talk about shopping edition. Let me explain a little bit how about TNT works. TNT is a language platform for beginner, intermediate, and advanced speakers for many languages like French, Spanish, Italian, and English as well. Immersion meetings are not regular classes, so I'm not a teacher. I don't teach you or correct you. Immersion meetings it's a time to talking about a specific topic in a free conversation. And it's important to remind you that here we are in a respectful place, so all of you and me cannot judge you about your language or something like that, okay? So just enjoy the conversation and feel free to talking about the topic and learn English through the conversation, okay? You are 7 here. I will split up you in small groups to make the conversation flow better. And if you receive an invite to go to another room, please accept. If you know, stay in the main room, okay? So just 1 minute, please. Okay, guys, see you later and enjoy the conversation. So, guys, let's get started. Victoria, can you present yourself and choose another one to do the same, please?
Okay, so I am Victoria. I am 24 years old. Sometimes I forgot my age. So I am 24 years old. I am a nursing student. I live in Rio and I have a son. Now he's sleeping, but if he just listens some kids yelling or something like that, it's my son. So I believe it's all. I don't know how to talk about myself. So what about you, Felipe?
Hey everyone, I'm also 24 and I also live in Rio. And I've joined TNT in 2022, like end of May. So it's been a while. My plan is almost to have to be renewed. And I work as a software engineer for an e-commerce platform, and it's great to be here. I like. And what about you, Fernando?
Hello, good evening, everyone. I live in Brasilia. I don't live in Rio. I am 33 years old. I work as an administrative assistant in a government agency, but I've been working from home since the pandemic began, and I really like it because I can manage my time to do other things that I like. I am graduated in languages. I will finish my post-graduation this week. So I've been studying a lot lately, and yeah, that's it. And you, Gabi?
So I'm so happy to see Felipe and Victoria because I've never found anyone here from Rio too. And now I'm living in Rio. So I'd like to ask you, where do you live in Rio, Felipe?
I live in Copacabana.
Okay, and you, Victoria?
I don't have one house. I just keep in Barra and Pichincha.
Ah, okay, I know. I live in Flamengo. So far from Barra, but it's near to Copacabana.
It's near.
Yeah. So I'm Gabriele. I'm 31 years old. I'm a food engineer, but I work as a scientist and entrepreneur. Science, because I'm finished my postdoctoral research at the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro. And entrepreneur, because I'm starting my own company focused on ingredient solutions for plant-based foods. I'm a single person, I don't have kids, I don't have pets yet, but I intend to adopt one. I love to watch movies and series at home or go hang out with my friends. In Rio, you know, we have a lot of places to hang out with friends. And I think that's it. I stayed on TNT since last year, I think so. I'm not sure, but I'm starting as a host this year in January. Yeah, I think that's it. So let me see the question number 2. Fernando, what comes to your mind about shopping addiction?
Okay, I think I froze here because all you froze. Sorry?
No, but I can hear you. It's the question number 2.
Okay. Well, I think that is when someone starts buying a lot of things, not because they need, but because they because of this impulse of buying that brings them some joy. And I'm saying they, but actually we, or at least I do this a lot, especially when I'm sad. I like going to shopping, silly things, really silly things, something for the house, something for myself, and just to fill the void, I guess. So it's more or less like this, but in a higher level, because you is addict, so it's something really strong.
Yeah, and you think that maybe in addition it's linked to emotions, like if you have, I don't know, in a bad day or in a good day, you are more, I don't know, more, I don't know how to explain to you, but it's like it's linked to emotions, like what you feel and about the act to buy something for impulse.
Yeah, I do believe that. I think when it turns into a addiction, you don't have more control. It's not about that void that you feel anymore. But in the beginning, I think is because of that, some problem that you are going through, something like that you need some dopamine, and this activity gives you that. So it's something like that.
Yeah, I totally agree. And you, Victoria?
Okay, the first things that come in my mind is the accumulators. I don't know if it's right the way to speak to say, but the accumulators that we see in the TV, that the person that can just come in and there is a lot of trash, like trash. There isn't trash, real trash. It's things that we don't have to have. So yeah, it's the first things that become in my mind, because I don't know. I would love to buy more things, but I know that I don't have to, so I can control myself, It's difficult, but I can control. But I can't imagine what passing in the mind of this person who just buy and buy and buy, no limits, I don't know. I just can't imagine, but it's the first thing that come in my mind, like this person who just can enter in your own house because of the things that they buy. I believe there isn't a lot of this in Brazil. I believe it's more in the United States. I don't know. Maybe I can be wrong, but I believe in it.
Yeah, I think in the United States we have programs, TV shows about it, and I think people they have this behavior in a uncontrolled way, like they buy a lot of things and they don't think about the things that they buy. I don't know if it's about the price or if it's about an addiction, but I think it's more common in the United States than here. But here we have people that do it, not in a way that you mentioned it, like in a house that that don't have space to put all the things that they buy. But I think we also buy a lot of things. And you, Felipe, what do you think about?
And I agree with what you all said. I don't know if like I think we have this kind of person, but it's not a subject it's well spread like in the United States, right? So maybe we have a lot of people in these situations and we don't really know because it's not kind of common and nobody talks about it, but maybe we have more than we think, right? But I agree, shopping addiction for me, it's like you said, like buy without really need something, and an impulse that the person who has this like disease, like we can call like that, and you can control yourself. So it's kind of a really hard situation to get out of it, right? And our society keeps pushing us into this situation. So it's hard to see like a public campaign to avoid it. Normally, all the things that are around us trigger us into that situation and not the opposite. So I think that's hard, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. And I also agree when you said about we don't talk about it. We don't talk about shopping addiction in a specific, like a TV show, a Brazilian TV show. We don't have it in Brazil, and we don't have space to talk about it. Like I don't know. I think we don't have we don't know about how people are addiction to buy. But I think it's more than we imagine, because it's like we have a lot of social media that are bring to us like I don't know, advertisements or suggestions to buy something. And I don't know if it happens with you, but when I pick my cell phone and I say something that I really like to buy, it's like they hear me to talk about it, and every advertisement it's about the thing that I'm planning to buy. So it's crazy. It's crazy. And if you don't have control about the act to buy, it's more difficult. So the question number 3, Victoria, how often do you shop for yourself?
Okay, this one is hard to say because I'm not an addicted person, but I like to buy things, and I don't know, maybe once a month. I try to control myself, so I try to just, okay, I will buy something for me, for my own, like not things for my home or my room, just for me, like once a month, it's enough.
Yeah, I think it's enough 1 month a month, because we can think more carefully about what you need and what do you want to buy. And it's a good strategy to to put the limits, like put the limits to how much I will buy in this month. Once a month, it's enough. For me, it's enough too. And you, Felipe?
For me, it's almost never. Yes, I don't often buy anything, right? Not in a regular
Really?
basis. Yes, no, I do not have these kind of impulsive thing. I really try to just buy what I need. Because I don't know, I think I'm good with what I have, and I stay at home I work from home, so I do not get out a lot, and I just get out to go to the gym and come back and things like that, and go out with my girlfriend on the weekends. So for me, I do not usually buy anything like in a regular basis, right? Only when I need.
You need to share the secret with us, because I think it's difficult to don't buy anything in a month, especially like personal stuff, like I don't know, clothes and books and whatever you want, like not things about house or other things that that's so necessary, like food and something like that. But at the end of the meeting, you share the secrets to us. And you, Fernando?
I think this actually is a very tricky question and difficult one that I'm not sure how to answer, because we tend to think about shopping like this, going out and choosing the thing and swiping the credit card and coming back. But we are actually buying all the time through the internet, or buying food, or I think I'm buying all the time, like even silly things like a Post-it. I buy those things, so I really don't know how often I shop. I think basically all the time, but those silly things. But when it comes to like things for myself, to myself, like clothes, something like that, it takes a while. Yeah, it's not so frequently.
Yeah, I think my case, I'm not sure if I buy something every month, like Victoria said, but I think it's a good idea, because sometimes I don't know what happens in my life, but all the creams, all the makeups, all the clothes, it's like one thing, I don't know, doesn't work well, or I don't know, I lost something, or I don't know, it's like if I really want one thing per month, like last month, all my creams are at the end, so I don't have creams to use, so I need to buy another one. But I know that in the next month I will buy something like makeup, because all my makeup are ending too. I don't know. It's like a process, and it's like I need to buy something every month for me, because I use it, and at the end of the products I need to replace, and it's a constant behavior. Like I don't know. I don't have one month that I don't buy anything, especially because I moved to another apartment and now I'm buying things to my apartment. But for me, it's a little things like a blouse or a makeup or something like that. So, okay, question number 4. Fernando, are you the type of person who buys impulsively or thinks a lot before buying something?
I think I am I was an impulsive buyer. I am in the process of rehabbing. I used to do a lot of shit. I used to buy a lot of things that I would not use after. But now I'm trying to think a lot before doing something like that. Sometimes I still do it, but not as I used to do.
Yeah, I think in my case, I think a lot before buying something because usually I don't go to the shopping and buy something. I search all the things that I need on the website and I put on the online cart, and I think a lot until finish the process. And it takes a long time. So I consider myself a person who thinks a lot before buying something and planning all the things that I want to buy, like if I can pay for it or no. So I'm a person like that. And you, Fernando?
I think Felipe, right?
Sorry,
I've just answered.
we have a similar name. Sorry.
In my case, I'm the kind of person who thinks a lot before buying anything. And I also try to search on the internet before buying and try to see the what is cheaper and what is the most like trustable website to buy and things like that, right? I do not buy the first thing that I see or that is in the first page. So that's it.
And how about you, Victoria?
Okay, I don't know if I'm an impulsive person because when I have to buy something, I'm just fascinating of this person, this thing, you know. I'm not the person who just looking for internet to know, oh my God, this one is cheaper than this another one, but you know, I don't have the patience to do it. But when I want to buy something, I just keep it in mind. You know, I don't know if it's impulsive, how can I say it? Impulsively person. Like, I don't really know because I don't see it and I have to buy it. But when I want something too much, I can control.
Yeah, maybe because it's a thing that you really want and sometimes you really need, but it's not a thing that you pass every time to think about to buy something. It's like, oh, okay, I want it and I buy it, but not a constant way
Not
that you
frequently.
think about. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it isn't frequently.
Yeah. And Philippe said something about to search the price on internet and then buy at the internet or in the store. And I do it a lot because sometimes I go to shopping or go to a specific store and see the prices, and automatically I thought like, oh my God, I saw it in a website and it's like, how to say, it's cheaper than I saw when I saw in the website than in store. So it's like every time that I go to shopping, I think about it. It's in the same time. I always search about the price, and it's like my memory has all the prices when I go to shopping. So I can compare the both.
It's funny because you said about going to a store. I don't do it like years. You know, I don't know it's for just me, but buying the internet is more easier than go to the mall or go to the store and buy. When you said that you go to the store, I was like, oh my God, she did it?
No, not frequently. I do sometimes when I don't find something at the internet or the price are not good on the internet. then I go to the store, but it's not a with frequency. I prefer to buy online because I think more, and I can think more about what I'm buying. Like I think I can think about if I want or no. When I can plan more when I do it at the website than when I go to a store. Because in that store, it's like, okay, I will buy it and then I buy. But at home, I can think more carefully. So I prefer to do it. So Victoria, can you read for us the question number 5?
Okay. What was the last thing you bought on Impulse? How did you feel? I don't know. I don't really know. I can remember one thing that I just, oh my God, I see it and I want it and don't think about it. Like, I don't really know. I do it with gums, but I don't know if gums count, It's just gums, like R$2, I don't know. So it counts. I did it yesterday. I just bought gums yesterday, so I don't know.
I think it's okay. I think it's not count. It's like a impulsive thing. I think it's normal.
Yeah, it's just this thing. Normally the other things I just, okay, let's do it. I really need it. So, think about just gums. I'm addicted to gums, so it's difficult for me.
And you, Felipe?
This one, I think I have an example. Like last month, no, two months ago, I went on a trip to Europe, and I didn't have any clothes like to the cold, so I had to buy something, right? Because I was needing clothes for the winter. So I went on a shopping and bought like a clothes with I forgot the word. I don't know, long sleeves. Is that thing? I think that's it, right? With long sleeves. But I don't know. I think I didn't think so much about it and just bought because the seller was like seeing me and things like that. And I tried. I become a little bit like. Wanting to buy him because he was like, oh, he already showed me the clothes and are trying to selling me these things, and then okay, I will buy it. So I bought it, and then I got home and didn't like that much, right? So I think if I was like shopping online or shopping in a bigger store, I would have more time to think about it. So I think it was kind of impulsive, but that was an example, I think.
Yeah, it's a good example because when we go to a store, like you said, sometimes you can you can have time to think about what the other people are trying to sell you. So it's like to accept all the things and all the suggestions, and you don't think about, you just buy and go out. So sometimes it happens to me, and I'm not proud about it, but it's a kind of thing that happens, especially when we go to a store planning to buy something, but like a category, but you don't know about what is the quality or no the quantity that you want about the things in your case. So yeah, sometimes it happens. And you, Fernando?
Something that I started to do recently is buying groceries through the internet too, because I usually when I go to the supermarket, I buy a lot of things that I don't need and forget a lot of things that I need. So it's way better do this through the internet because I buy exactly what I need. It's working for me, and there is this supermarket here that is the same price through the internet and there, so it's good. An example of something that I bought on impulse, 2 years ago, I got some money that I was not expecting, and I had this will of having this keyboard since I was a teenager. So because I was playing bands and producing music, things like that, and I bought it. But the thing is, I'm not in that moment anymore, so I didn't use it. Is on the box to sell, so it was a very bad thing that I bought. A very impulsive decision.
Yeah, I remember that the video that I put on at the beginning of the immersion, people said about to buy something that you don't want, you don't need at the moment, and forgot to use, like a machine to do I forgot the name of the food, but the guy mentioned it about the machine to do, I don't know why, but it's a kind of food to
Waffle
eat
maker, right?
waffle, yeah, to eat at the breakfast. So yeah, sometimes it happens to me. I remember that when I go to a festival last year, I buy like a, I don't know, I forgot the name in English, like a bolsa. And I bought it, and I didn't use more because it doesn't combine with the other thing that I have. But I bought it especially to go to the festival because it's more practical. But nowadays I don't use it. So in this case, I try to send to a friend or in a place that you can buy clothes and other things, use it, but it's difficult to control. And in my case, the last thing that I bought on impulse is a lipstick, because I went out to my house to buy a present to my friends, and I came home with 5 lipsticks that I didn't need it. And okay, I present my friends with one of them, but the others are stay at home. I didn't use it. So let me see the next question. Fernando, can you read the question number, I think it's number 6.
Yeah. How long have you gone without buying personal stuff? Like clothes or some things like that? I think I spent like the most part of the pandemic without buying anything for me, because I was not wearing nothing, I was not using nothing, just at home. So I didn't buy. I can't remember anything that I bought on the pandemic. So it's a long time, like 2 years.
Yeah, it's a long time. And you, Victoria?
Okay, last month I bought clothes, so I can't say. Yeah, I believe it was last month. This month I don't spend any money yet, but yeah, I believe the last month was the last time that I buy some personal stuff.
But how long have you gone without buying anything?
Some days. I don't know, every month I just spend some money, like it's my therapy, buy something for me, so last month, so some days, I don't know, I can't imagine a long time that I spend without spending money on me, even if I don't need it, this thing. But I always buying something. Oh my God, it's so cute. Maybe I can use it on me or on my son, or I don't know. Always thinking about one thing that like this one that I've never used, but I buy it. I buy it for me and for my son. My son is using. I don't use it, never. So yeah, I'm always spending some money. So I believe some days I spending like last month.
Okay, and you, Felipe?
I don't remember, like, because I don't know, maybe a year, like during the pandemic, right? I think it was something like that. But I don't usually buy like clothes and things like that, right? Only when I need. I have clothes that are many years, so I don't feel the need to renew it like just once in a while. And I've also received clothes like in birthdays and in Christmas and like things like that. So that's the renewal of my clothes, right? And for me that's
Yeah,
okay.
it's so good when you receive a present, a gift like clothes, because you don't need to buy it. And I agree with you and Fernando that said about the pandemic. I think in 2020 and 2021, I didn't buy anything, especially clothes. Maybe I bought like I don't know, a cream or something to skincare, but not about clothes. And I didn't buy books because I had a lot of on at my mom's house, so I didn't buy it. And I think it's the period that I spend a long time without buying anything. But nowadays I am like Victoria. I buy every month, maybe some days, maybe 1 month. But I remember when I intend to travel to another country in 2019. Yeah, I tried to don't buy anything for 6 months, especially clothes, and I got it. But nowadays I didn't do it anymore. So, Felipe, I think we have time to answer one more question. You can choose a question from number 7 to number 12 for us.
Okay, let me just like, what do you usually spend money on more? Why? No, it was not that.
The question number 7?
No, it was another one.
Okay.
Well, let me just see. That was it was the number 9. At what life stage did you feel more shopaholic, and what were the reasons for it? In my case, it was when I first got my first forgot the name. It's like bolsa de estágio. Like, it's not salary, but it's kind of salary, right? So my first salaries. So I decided to like to build a computer for myself. Like, I bought the components of the computer and build it build it myself. Like I do not bought it completely. Like I bought each part of it. So I really spent a lot of money on it. So it was a stage of my life that I shop a lot, and it was like expensive things, right? And it was at the beginning of 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 it was the stage of my life that I started to getting some money on myself, like that, and then I spend on it. But after I finished my computer, and it's not working anymore. And and it was like it was done this stage, and then because I think I was needing it, like a better computer, but now like I do not do it anymore.
Yeah, I think in the past we we are we had this behavior like in a teenager. I remember when I was teenager, I was more shopaholic than today because I don't know, I bought something and I didn't care about about the money and about the price. But nowadays it's a question for me. It's like a thing that I pay attention and I think about it. So nowadays I'm more controlled about the things that I buy for me and for my house. And you, Victoria?
Okay, so I haven't a stage of life. I have a stage of me, like when I have when my anxiety is giving a hello. So it's really awful for me because I don't spend any on the food like other people do, like eating a lot. When my anxiety is here, just, oh my God, I really to buy like the dopamine, the video said about dopamine, and when you just buy and when you open the box, it's like this for me when my anxiety is giving me a hello. So when I'm not with my meds or when my anxiety is here, for me is the worst moment, like my worst stage of me. So yeah, I believe it's when my anxiety is here.
Yeah, it's a good point. And it's similar to Fernando said about it at the beginning of the immersion, about the time that we are more sad or in a bad way. It's like a way to bring more dopamine to your brain. And yeah, I totally agree. And you, Fernando?
Yeah, I can relate to what Victoria said, because it's not just when we are sad, also when you are excited. I feel that too, and it's difficult to not doing those things, not buying things that you don't need. In my case, I think it was when I was around my 20s, because I used to work in a bookstore and my money used to stay there. My salary, I used to buy a lot of things there in the store. And I also was addicted to going to the movies. So I was watching movies like 4 or 5 times a week. And I used to buy snacks and a lot of things there. I was all the time at the shopping mall, working in the shopping mall and doing other things. So yeah.
Okay. Welcome, guys. I'd like to know about Ayla. How was the conversation for you, Ayla?
It's so good. It's so good. Interesting topic about buying, and so there are a lot of I don't know question about how many things we buy. So it's so complicated when it's about addiction, shopping addiction, and difference the personality, the women and men. And sometimes there is an idea the women usually buy more than men. And yeah, that's true, but I think it depends on the personality too. You are so good. You are so good conversation. I like it
Oh,
so much.
yeah. Thank you for sharing. And how about you, Murilo? How was the conversation?
Was amazing. I love talks about shops, about sales. I try to save my money every time, but it's hard, yeah, because market is show for us amazing products, and sometimes it's not real products, yes, and miscellaneous products. But I like that if we talks about it with my friends and Gabriel and Ayla. I improve myself again, and that's it.
Nice. Thank you for sharing. And you, Gabriel, how was the conversation?
Yeah, it was a good conversation. This subject is very, very interesting. I wouldn't say it's a easy subject because isn't easy, but it's a good subject because we can talk in a lot of things that we need and that we know yet, and that's it. And oh, I figure out, and Ayla, Murilo, and me that I spend similar things money with food.
That's nice. I'm so glad that you enjoyed the topic and the conversation. And guys, I put on the chat the link for the survey, and you can put a note about this immersion from 0 to 10 and share some comments about the immersion, like if you like or dislike the immersion, and maybe suggestions for topics and to improve this immersion here. I hope see all of you in the next week. Next week we are going to talk about getting notes. It's an amazing topic too. So I hope all of you have a good week and a good holiday too. And see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.